Let's be honest, overeating isn't just about food. It's not just about calories or cravings. It's a battle between your mind, your emotions, and your body. And if you've ever felt like you lose control around food, you're not weak or broken, you're human. Today, I'm going to show you 12 steps about how to stop overeating, not with a cold lecture, but by attacking the problem from the inside out. Because this is just as much a psychological fight as it is a physical one. Make sure you watch all the way through, because steps 9 and 10 are crucial. Let's build. Step 1. Recognize it's not just about hunger. Here's the truth. Overeating doesn't usually come from true physical hunger. Most of the time, it's a reaction to stress, boredom, loneliness, frustration, or just the pull of a routine. You're not reaching for that bag of chips because your body needs fuel. You're reaching for it because your mind wants comfort, distraction, or familiarity. Sometimes it's nothing more than a habit you've repeated so many times that it feels authentic. That distinction matters. Hunger is your body's survival signal. Overeating is your mind trying to solve a different problem. Knowing the difference gives you leverage. So here's what you can do. The next time you feel the urge, slow down and ask yourself, when did I last eat? Am I thirsty, stressed, or tired instead of hungry? Am I eating to fill my stomach or to fill an emotion? Even pausing for 60 seconds to reflect breaks the cycle. That pause is the wedge you need to create space for change. Here's a trick I like to use. When you crave something, ask yourself, would I eat a chicken breast and veggies right now? If the answer is no, you're emotionally hungry, not physical. If the answer is yes, drink some water and then make the best food decision you can in that moment. Step 2, the psychological battle. Your body doesn't move before your brain tells it to. Every binge, every late night snack, every time you eat past the point of fullness, it all starts as a thought. That's why overeating is a mental fight before it's a physical one. The brain whispers, go ahead, eat. It'll make you feel better. But cravings are not commands. You can observe the thought without judgment. Wait a few minutes, and often it'll pass on its own. This is the hardest war you'll ever fight, the war inside your own head. You can tell others no. You can walk away from arguments, but when the battle is in your own head, you carry it everywhere. That's why winning against overeating requires mental strength as much as it requires discipline. Step 3. Reframe the urge. When you feel the urge to overeat, don't see it as a weakness. See it as a test. Some people picture it as a demon or beast that grows stronger every time you feed it. If you give in, you strengthen the enemy. But when you resist, even once, you starve it. Every time you hold the line, the enemy weakens. Over time, that voice loses power. You're not feeding the demon anymore. You're feeding your discipline. Step 4. Remove the power you give to the idea of overeating. Don't romanticize the binge. Stop giving it weight by telling yourself it's irresistible or inevitable. The more you glorify the idea of letting go with food, the harder it is to resist. See it for what it is, a fleeting urge, not some unstoppable force. The less power you give it, the less control it has. Think about it. When you tell yourself, I can't resist, you've already surrendered before the fight begins. Language matters. If you keep describing food as your guilty pleasure, your reward, or your escape, you reinforce the belief that it has power over you. Instead, change the narrative. Food is fuel, not your master. A craving is just a passing thought, like a cloud drifting by. You don't have to grab it and hold on. The more you practice this, the more you weaken the story that overeating is some inevitable force, and the more freedom you gain. Step 5. Remove the triggers. Willpower alone won't save you if your environment is working against you. If you keep your trigger foods, cookies, ice cream, chips, in the house, you're gonna eat them. Stop pretending you'll have just one. If it's there, it's gone. So, remove the battlefield. Don't buy foods you know you can't control yourself around. Replace them with foods that fuel you instead of trap you. You can't lose a fight you never step into. You can enjoy these foods occasionally at a restaurant or a party. Just don't stockpile them in your home. Step 6. Consistency over restriction. One of the biggest traps that fuels overeating is restriction. When you starve yourself all day, your body eventually fights back. And when it does, you binge. That's the cycle. Restrict, binge, repeat. The way out is consistency. Eat regular, balanced meals. Give your body fuel before it gets desperate, and stop labeling foods as good or bad. The second you label something off limits, your brain will obsess over it. Instead, allow flexibility. Tell yourself, I can have it, just not now. If I still crave it tomorrow, I can have a few bites. Eat in moderation, and the obsession fades. Step 7. Undereating can drive overeating. Sometimes what feels like overeating is actually your body rebelling because you've been undereating. Skip meals, go too low on calories, or cut out entire food groups, and eventually your body says, enough, I need fuel. That survival switch makes cravings stronger, more urgent, and harder to control. It's not a lack of discipline, it's biology. So, how do you know if this is happening? Pay attention to patterns. If overeating always happens late at night, ask yourself, did you eat enough earlier in the day? Did you get enough protein, carbs, and fats? Are you fueling your workouts? If the answer is no, your body may not be sabotaging you. It may simply be trying to survive. The fix is simple. Give your body steady meals so it never has to take over. Another key step is to calculate how many calories your body needs to maintain your weight and how many you need to lose weight safely. Aim for a modest deficit, 300 to 500 calories below maintenance, so you're losing fat while still nourishing your body. That knowledge removes guesswork and helps you eat with confidence instead of confusion. Aim for 3 balanced meals per day and 1 or 2 healthy snacks if needed. At each meal, build your plate around protein, chicken, fish, eggs, or yogurt. Add healthy carbs, rice, potatoes, oats, fruit, vegetables for fiber, and healthy fats, olive oil, nuts, avocado. This balance keeps blood sugar steady, hormones in check, and energy consistent, so cravings don't blindside you. If you train hard, eat a higher carb meal or protein-rich snack within a couple hours after. Think of it like keeping the gas tank topped up so your body doesn't hit the emergency button later. Step 8. View your body as a temple. Your body is a temple. Treat it with care, and it will serve you for decades. Neglect it, and you'll pay the price. Think of your body like a luxury car. You wouldn't put cheap gas into a Lamborghini and expect it to run at its best. In the same way, filling your body with junk every day will eventually wear it down. It'll keep you from feeling and performing your best, whether it's in the gym, at work, or when life demands focus. When you choose quality food, whole foods, protein, vegetables, water, you're fueling your body with premium gas. It runs better, lasts longer, and rewards you with energy and strength. Beyond that, this mindset shifts food from being an enemy to being a tool. Eating becomes an aspect of respect instead of punishment. Just as you'd wash and maintain a car to protect your investment, nourishing your body is how you protect your future. Build daily rituals that reinforce this. Hydrate first thing in the morning, or prepare a nutrient-dense breakfast so your day begins with energy. These small habits compound over time. Step 9. Deal with the emotions directly. Overeating often isn't about food. It's about feelings. Stress, sadness, boredom, loneliness, anger. They push you toward the kitchen. It's one of the many vices people turn to in order to avoid unwanted emotional states. Some use substances or endless scrolling. For you, maybe it's food. But food doesn't fix emotions. It numbs them briefly. Afterwards, the feeling is still there, buried under guilt and frustration. Instead, give yourself permission to feel. Sit with it. Let it pass. Then act. Walk. Call a friend. Write it down. Pray. Breathe. Or train. Facing the emotion head-on is tough, but every time you do, you teach yourself you're stronger than the urge to hide. The urge will pass, and you'll grow stronger for having faced it. Here's a story. I come home after one of the hardest days I've ever had. My first instinct was to grab junk food and eat until I went numb, because I'd done that so many times before. But this time, I forced myself to put on my shoes and step outside. I walked for 20 minutes. And with every step, the tension in my chest loosened. By the time I came back, the urge was gone. Not because I ignored the problem, but because I faced it differently. That night, I realized something powerful. I didn't need food to carry my emotions. I just needed to face them. And you can too. Step 10. Redirect your energy. Food controls your life when it becomes your main focus. But when you're building something bigger, your body, your goals, your purpose, food simply becomes fuel, not obsession. Pour your energy into something that excites you. Start a project. Set a work or business goal. Hit the gym. Find your passion. Build your future. Because when you're locked in on building your best self, food loses its grip. You'll eat to live, not live to eat. Trust me, I used to think about food all day, especially on vacation or when I'm out of my normal routine. It can feel like hell on earth being controlled by food. And the bad part is that your close ones may not take your issues seriously if you talk to them about what you're dealing with. They may say something like, "It's just food. It's not that serious. Eat what you want." This is only half the truth. It is just food, and it isn't that serious, but you're different. You want to take care of yourself and perhaps even look your best. This requires you to establish boundaries around your eating habits. As I mentioned in my previous video, top 10 rules for getting shredded, true freedom can only be established within boundaries. We, as a society, have normalized unhealthy eating habits, which result in unhealthy body weight. There are millions of overweight people across the world. This brings forth diseases like diabetes, which can derail your quality of life and reduce your lifespan. Repeated instant gratification in all areas of life will eventually lead to a less ideal quality of life. So keep this in mind when you forget why you're doing this. Step 11, the flavor trap. Here's how I reframe the way I look at eating tasty food. Yes, it may taste incredible, but after a few bites, you've already experienced the peak of the flavor. At that point, it's no longer about taste. It's just excess. Shoveling in more doesn't create new pleasure. It only dumps unnecessary fuel into your body. Think about it. After 3 bites of cake, bite number 4 doesn't actually taste any better or different than the first 3 bites. And you're not eating for fuel because cake doesn't provide any nutritional value. Once you become aware of this, you'll see that continuing past satisfaction isn't enjoying food. It's punishing yourself with it. Afterwards, you might get a headache, feel bloated, or experience brain fog. I'm not trying to scare you away from enjoying the food you love. I'm just making you aware of what's really going on here. Step 12, progress, not perfection. Understand this. You will slip up. You will continue to overeat sometimes. That doesn't mean you failed. What matters is what you do next. Do you spiral into guilt and keep eating? Are you careless about your choices? Or do you accept it, learn from it, forgive yourself, and move forward? The difference between staying stuck and breaking free is simple. Get back up. If you win more battles than you lose, you're winning the war. One decision at a time, one brick at a time. Overeating is not just a food problem. It's a mind problem, an emotion problem, and a discipline problem. But you already have the power to overcome it within you. Every time you walk away from the craving, every time you face the emotion instead of running from it, every time you choose discipline over impulse, you're building the strongest version of yourself. If this helped you, subscribe to Brick Body. Drop a comment with your questions, struggles, or even your wins. I read them and respond because we're in this together. Share your story so others know they're not alone. Together, we're building discipline. We're burning excuses, and we're taking control, brick by brick.